There's no secret to success, but doing things for your future self is about as much of a guarantee as you could possibly get. Every action we make during the day, every hour, every minute is, do I want to do what feels good in the moment, or do I want to do something for my future self? Every decision, waking up when your alarm goes off, do you want to do what feels good in the moment and press snooze and sleep in? Or do you want to do something for your future self? Get up, attack the day, get to the morning routine, do exactly what you said you would last night. You're sticking to your word, you're setting the tone, you're building confidence. Eating the cereal for breakfast or eating the fruit and eggs, the meat and eggs, whatever it is, the chicken. Eating the cereal is what you want to do in the moment. It feels good. Slurping the sugary milk, the chocolate milk after the Cocoa Pebbles, that feels good in the moment. But eating the fruit and the eggs right before your workout, or an hour before your workout, or right after whatever, that's prepping the workout. That's getting you the proper nutrition. That's increasing your recovery. That's getting you the proper vitamins that you need and the nutrients. And so that's helping yourself in an hour before the workout. That's helping your tomorrow self by not living with any regret and having thoughts of, man, I should have eaten better yesterday. I should have stuck to what I said I was going to do. That's helping your future self. But it's also helping yourself in 10 years. If you're building positive habits by eating that for breakfast, you're helping yourself in a decade. And so I never used to think about the future. When I was growing up, I thought 18 would probably be that's the farthest I thought. I couldn't even comprehend anything past that. And so every decision I made was, what do I want to do in the moment? What's going to feel good in the moment regardless of how I feel? Because I wasn't even thinking about tomorrow. I was never even thinking about tomorrow. It was just, what can I do right now that I want to do? And when you just go off what you want to do without taking control, without thinking about the future, that's always going to be the bad decision, the decision that feels good in the moment but leads you down the wrong path. And so I'm 23 right now. Up until I was 21, every decision I made was just in the moment. The food, do I want the easy, quick food that tastes really good and will feel good for 10 minutes, but leave me feeling with regret tomorrow? Yeah, let's do it. Do I want to procrastinate right now and scroll on Instagram instead of get the work done? Yeah, let's do it, because that feels good. Do I want to when it's 10 p.m. or for me it's like 9 p.m. is usually when I go to bed. Some of you guys might be a lot later. But we all know when we're laying in bed and we know we should go to bed, maybe we have something early in the morning or maybe not, but we just know we should go to bed at that time. But the movie that we're watching or the Instagram you're scrolling, that's what you want to do in the moment. So you're telling yourself, man, I'll feel really good tomorrow if I go to bed right now. And I'll thank myself, my past self, my future self will thank my past self if I do that. Or I can do what I want right now, scroll Instagram, and then regret it tomorrow. Most of the time, you probably do what feels good in the moment and you stay up later than you should. You don't get the quality sleep. And it leaves you with regret the next morning. It leaves you not operating at your best. So if every action you take can be what's going to help your future self, you could not know what to do. And you're sitting here right now and you can go read for an hour or you can go play video games for an hour. This is just a great example. One, you're not going to see results right away. One, you're going to feel good right away. The video games, you're going to get the dopamine. You're going to feel good for 10 minutes. But then in an hour, once you're done playing, you're going to be left with emptiness and regret. And that was just a quick decision. But if you read, you're not going to see results. You're not going to get the fun dopamine. Oh my gosh, this was amazing. But you're building You're building everything. You're building confidence. You're building routine. You're building habits. You're building a new mindset from the material. You're building your circle, because when you read, you're surrounding yourself with the author. Even though they don't know you, you're surrounding yourself with the author. And who you're around affects you a lot. So you can be around somebody through books, which is only helping your future self. And so that's a great example. But every decision we make either helps our future self or it feels good in the moment. And when you start doing these actions, the ones that help your future self, the meditating, the waking up, the eating quality food, reading, working out, networking, at the beginning it's a little, it's a little tedious. It's a little, when I thought of reading growing up, I thought of school. So I never wanted to do it, because when I thought of school, I had wanted to do nothing that has to do with that. And so when you start reading, it might be a little boring. You're kind of thinking, is this really helping? But once you start doing these habits consistently, those begin to be the fun. They begin to be the fun, and they begin to be enjoyable. When you start working out, it hurts a little bit. When you squat, it hurts your shoulders from the barbell, and you're going to be really sore, and you might not know what you're doing. It might be a bit embarrassing. So it takes a little while of consistency, maybe a couple days, a week, a month, 3 months of consistency before you begin to really enjoy it. And then you really enjoy working out. And it becomes harder to rest than it is to work out. You start eating a bit better because you want to maximize your physique. You start sleeping a bit earlier because you want to get proper rest for your workout tomorrow. One thing leads to another. And so at the beginning, these habits right now, if you're so used to video games, parties, drugs, alcohol, scrolling, the reading, meditating, working out, eating right foods, getting out your comfort zone, that's not going to sound that appealing, because it's a completely different ballgame. It's a completely different ballgame. But when you start cutting out the habits that are extremely stimulating, that don't serve you in the long run, that only make you weaker, and you replace them with these habits that are helping your future self, those begin to become just as enjoyable as the bad habits that you thought were so fun and so hard to give up, and you were going to be so boring without them. No, you still have the same level of fun. You just have different things that replace that. Reading becomes enjoyable. Reading becomes, you can start to look forward to reading. I remember I was at a basketball tournament one time, maybe a year or two ago, and I was playing. First time I had played in a long time. And I was having a good time. All my boys were going out that night. They had the Airbnb. It was sweet. 20 people, 20 of us maybe. But I wanted to go read instead. I wanted to go read. I was playing basketball. And, basketball I could get in a flow state. But right after, I wanted to just go back, start reading, start learning. The book was, oh man. The Confident Mind, maybe? Nate Zissner. It might have been that. But great book. And I just wanted to go back and read. It was insane. Because if you told me a year before that, I would have thought reading was for losers, reading's for nerds, reading is lame. And I had a complete 180. I removed the bad stimulating habits that feel good in the moment, and I replaced them with habits that build you towards the future, that stack wins, that build confidence, that build routine, that turn you into a different man. If even you start with 10%, for 10% of your actions now, try and do something that right now you're maybe at 1% of your actions you're building for the future. Up that to 10. You don't need to go 100%. Up that to 10. If 10% of your actions can be towards your future self. So maybe that's just waking up as soon as your alarm goes off and doing one thing in the morning you said, making your bed or journaling. If you can do those two things, right now you're probably doing nothing. If you could do those two things, wake up as soon as you said you would, because that's building a yes towards your future, and making your bed, that could be 10% of your actions are building towards the future. And that's going to make a bit of a difference. And then up that each week, 20%, 30%. But the closer you can be to 100% of your actions are thinking of your future self, whether that's yourself in an hour, yourself tomorrow, or yourself in 50 years. I have to think that's the closest thing to a secret to success, is doing things for your future self. Let's get it.